So today's going to be a fun day for me. I'm actually going to create two different videos sort of highlighting upcoming projects or flips that I will be producing. I wanted to do this now because I wanted to sort of highlight to the friends and family and friends of friends that are watching these videos about what's coming up, so that maybe if one catches your eye or you have questions about, you could reach out. This allows me to use this sort of turnaround time or time to repair to see if I can identify a buyer ahead of time, which does a couple of things. First, it obviously decreases my hold time. It allows me to potentially save on selling cost or transaction cost, because I can work out the situation with the broker on commissions and all of that. And most importantly, I know who I'm helping and who ends up with potentially great product that I'm producing, as opposed to sort of kicking it out to the MLS and just letting it happen. So this is the first one, and it's about single family homes. So as always, we'll go through the goals. We're going to talk about what I mean by off-market deal and why I'm choosing to do them. If you happen to be interested or know someone that is, hope you can get a hold of me. Worst case, if you don't have my cell phone number, my email address is on the very last slide and has been for the 90 or so videos that we produced. So you can always use that to reach out to me to ask questions, or just leave a comment below this video. And then I'm going to highlight each project, sort of talk about what it is, what I'm doing, what's going on, and also give you sort of the estimated date that the project should be coming. So off-market means not available to the public, right? It means it's not thrown out. It's not in Realtor.com, Redfin, generic MLS, any of that. If it's multifamily, it's not in LoopNet. It's basically, something that probably less than 100 people will see. So you don't have the tons of competition and all of that. Why do I choose to do that? Because it doesn't, I don't get the seller don't get the bidding wars and all of that. I'm not looking for bidding wars. I'm not looking to, get an extra $5 or $6 grand or all of that. But most importantly, what I'm looking for is I want to know the person that I'm selling it to, so that I have faith that the transaction will close. And also I get to hear about the transaction or hear about the property for years to come, as you'll see, I think, in an upcoming bullet. So it's not in the MLS, right? If it doesn't hit the local MLS in Fresno, it's not going to hit Realtor. It's not going to hit Redfin. It's you won't hit Zillow, right? It won't hit any of these things. So no multiple bids. You don't have somebody who's I don't know, who really wants that house or that project, or has been burned and throws out a price that's 5 or 10K more than asking. I do find it easier working with friends, right? I've been in the game for a while, and sometimes people come out and they offer and they make all the right noise and sounds and all of that, but nothing happens, right? They don't wire earnest money. They don't do these other things, and pretty soon the project washes out and I got to relist it. So I like to know it's going in escrow and it's just going to close. Frankly, another one is I'm going to hopefully, I don't see why it wouldn't happen, but if I can identify a buyer early, my hold time is going to be less, right? It's not going to be in the MLS for 2 weeks before I find an offer and all of that. So in this game, right, time is money. So I would like to decrease my hold time when appropriate. So that's really why I thought about this is a good idea. And then again, I like it when friends, or maybe even friends of friends, right? Because hopefully, if you're a friend of mine, you're sending this out to others who have voiced interest in real estate or rental properties, because these will become pride of ownership properties and things that busy professionals would benefit from having, as opposed to the rundown slumlord stuff that's sometimes out there in the MLS. So these are off-market deals. So again, if you're interested, you need to reach out to me. Either if you're a friend, you probably have my cell phone. Certainly have my email, and if you're a friend of friend, you've got this link from someone. On the very last slide of this video will be my email address. You can reach out, ask questions. Worst case, you can always leave comments again in the video below. First come, first serve, right? This is I only have one, right? This is real estate. It's not like I have stock and there's 100 of them on the shelf. I would say that reach out if you're interested, and if you want to ask questions, that's great. But I will be looking for at least semi-firm commitments. You have every right to change your mind as we go through this. But I'm going to take it off the list, right? I'm going to identify you as the potential buyer, and we're going to keep you in the loop and all of that about where we are in timelines. I might take one or two backups just in case. But in the end, don't worry about this, right? I'm finding deals a couple a month, and there will be more. So it'll be interesting to know if you want something, but it's already allocated, what kind of caught your attention. And if I find another one, I'll just put you on top of the list and let you know next time it comes. I would ask that, I have, I don't know, 40 or 50 people now that have voiced interest in, these turnkey rentals that I'm doing. So if you happen to be one of those, I'd ask you to forward this kind of video onto your social network, as it will help me expand. Friends of friends, send it out. It will really help because, I think my friends maybe can buy all of these, but maybe the next 20 I buy, we're going to have to go to friends of friends. So sending it out to others in your network would be greatly appreciated. And then again, a really important point, the pictures and the stuff below are the ugly slumlord condition, right? As you saw in previous videos on flips that I produced, I really do turn them into pride of ownership. I add in the laminate flooring or hardwood flooring, tile, new kitchens, new baths, paint, all that stuff. What you're going to be seeing is the ugly slumlord condition because they're in process, right? They haven't been finished just yet. So know again that there's going to be lots of money spent on them to turn them into pride of ownership. And then again, lastly, you have every right to change your mind. If you commit to something that's coming up in October, and for whatever reason your life situation's changed and that's not good for you, obviously just let me know. It's no hard feelings. There's no money exchange. This is just us, trying to help each other out. So if this is something that's not this doesn't work anymore for you, or you want to do something else, no problem. So just let me know. All right, so the first one, this is that property on D Street in Madera. Probably gonna be looking to sell this one for 179 grand. It's actually gonna be a 3 or a 4 bedroom, and what that means is that as you'll see in the last bullet, we're turning the garage into a fully functioning livable room with insulation, sheetrock windows, AC, cooling, all that stuff, so that it's either going to be an external office for someone. It's probably 120 square feet or so. Some families will choose to have that as an in-law quarters. It doesn't have any plumbing, right? It's just a room. So it could be an office, could be a bedroom for a teenager, or maybe a grandma or grandpa or whatever. But it is going to be a room that will allow us to charge more rent, which is why we do it. Huge backyard, great for big families. You're going to have a new fence by the street, all that stuff. I expect the rents to be at least 11, and frankly, I expect it really to be 1,200. But I'll give it a range there. The total remodel on this one's going to be probably closer to $40,000, and really allow us to do the right thing by the tenants that are moving in there. Also important to note that this is the one where we're flipping the kitchen so that we can take a 80 square foot bedroom and turn it into something over 120 square feet. That's a pretty big expense, but again, it's going to allow us to have a property that's far more attractive. Allow it to rent to a real family, and it's going to be something that's really truly a pride of ownership. Again, flip that kitchen. It's a great idea the team came up with, and lastly the bonus room, office, etc. I expect this to be available sometime in September. Right, work has already started. It's probably into week 2 at this point. I expect this to probably be worst case another 3 weeks, so we add on another week. So if you're interested in something like this, let us know, and we'll go on to the next one. This is another one that we've actually closed on, but actually haven't started any work on. This one is going to have a little bit more range. I think this one actually might be closer to 189, but I threw it out there. This is going to be a 4-2 sort of in-law setup, right? It actually has a plumbing in the back unit. They in this case they actually let their teenage son live back there. Many houses in Fresno sort of have that set up. There is no kitchen back there, and I think I'm going to keep it that way, just so that it stays sort of as configured. but it is going to allow us to get significant amount of rent. I do expect this to be 1150 or more, depending how it turns out. This is in the Lowell area, so it's vastly improving. Lots of remodels going on. It's probably the fastest improving market that I've seen in Fresno in my almost 20 years. This remodel could be, I think this one will probably be close to the $35,000 level. Again, this one is the one with the very custom bathroom that's already in there. So there's just some things I won't need to do. But again, we haven't been inside yet, and you never know what surprises lurk behind the current occupants' goodies before they move out. I'm going to turn that in-law setup in the back really into usable space. It's valuable. It's rental income, and right now it's livable, I guess, but it's not something I would call pride of ownership by any stretch. And then of course we're going to repair and paint and address all the outside issues and really make it pop from the street. So I expect this one to be actually a relatively quick flip, but again, knock on wood, we haven't been inside when there's nobody living there yet, so we could see some surprises. But I would expect this one to be available at the end of September. This one is right in downtown Fresno. This is downtown Fresno is getting, quite frankly, a makeover. All these cute old craftsman houses and Tudors that are 100-year-old homes, all getting redone, and you can drive around. There's actually brand new, I think it's Granville homes, like 3 blocks from this one, that are being rented for $1,300, and they're like little 2-bedroom, 1-bath units, condos or townhomes or whatever they call them. So lots of money coming into downtown Fresno. That's where this one happens to be. I expect this one to be between 160 and 175. The downtown market is getting so much love and attention from outside investors, hence the large range. Downtown Fresno, this unit, I don't know, 2 months ago probably would have been 150 to 160, but there's so little inventory. Prices are rising almost monthly here. So this is going to be a nice size 3-bedroom, 1-bath, completely redone. It's going to have the kids downstairs, parents upstairs, which is a nice separation. It's going to be probably a $40,000 or $50,000 remodel. We're doing everything here because, again, the downtown's getting so much attention. We want this to fit in. The entire inside is getting redone with new floors, new kitchens, new bath, new roof mount heating and cooling, because right now it has the wall heaters and floor heaters and stuff. We're gonna rip all that out and just put a new one on the roof. It's going to be spectacular. We're going to create more of an open floor plan by creating a couple of pony walls and resizing more entryways and whatnot. And then lastly, we're turning the upstairs, which is going to be what I call the master bedroom, into usable space by adding insulation, framing, and all of that. It's going to be a really nice spot for the parents of the family. I expect this one to be available probably in October, and I think I put down mid-October. This one's a lot of work, as you can see from the size, but it's going to fit right in with downtown Fresno. So that's the single family homes. Do me a favor, if you happen to like this video or have questions, leave it below. Hit that like button. Please again share this with your social network, as we're stuck at 107 subscribers and we're looking to go further. And if you happen to be a friend of friend, there's my email. It's mzuber@onerental@a time.com. If you happen to have a question about one of the 3 houses you saw here. Thank you.